Welcome to a beautiful day again, yet on the Gold Coast. God, life is good. I hope you're having an awesome day where you are. Life is treating you well, and everybody and everything is flowing amazingly for you in your life. Today, I want to look at the power of choice. How you're going with your choices, what's going on, and what do I mean by the power of choice? It's one of the most interesting and amazing things that can really, when you observe it and you become very consciously aware about your choices, you'll tend to find that you can create anything that you want. And the reason why we're doing the power of choice today and why I'm looking at it, because my son's doing a speech and he's the one who picked his topic about choice. And I was listening to him and going, wow, that's really good. That could really help a lot of people. And he's 11-year-old doing it at school, and he's doing a speech on choice. He made it up. He wrote the speech. Terry Ann tweaked it a little bit to help him a bit, just to get it better. And while I was listening to him, I thought, wow, this would be good to share with you guys. So I'm cheating. I'm doing my son's speech. Nah, not really. But one of the things that I want you to do, what I want you to look at when you look at choice, how often are you choosing? Are you aware of how often you are making choices? Everything you do is a choice. Even sitting here listening to this is a choice. And as you're sitting here and listening to it, you may be aware of what you're saying in your head. You may be hot or cold. You may have to take your sweater off. That's a choice. You may leave it, you may need to put a coat on. That's a choice. That we're constantly doing it, and we start off our day with it. What time do you get up? Do you get up and go and exercise? It's a choice. Do you go, what you eat for breakfast? It's a choice. Do you skip breakfast? It's a choice. How much water are you drinking in the day? Again, it's a choice. You may think it's not a choice, but it is a choice on whether we do it. And in your day, when you allow yourself to get distracted, that's a choice. And we quite often don't recognize these choices that we're making because we're doing them constantly, every moment and every hour and every day and every month and every year. We're just constantly making all these choices, and most of them we just take for granted. Yet when we look at it, we are blessed because our results are the reflection of those choices that we're making. So if we're loving our results, then we're making good choices. If we're not loving our results, then we go, whoa, dude, what's happening? What choices am I making? And so I'm just having this little name go through my head about being a Kiwi, and we like going, choice, bro, which means good. And, what choices are you making? What choices are you making to get the results that you want? And are they the right choices? Like when I hear people say, oh, this person is taking my power. No, they're not. You are choosing to let them control you. You are choosing to give your power away. And you look at it and you go, oh, God. So one of the things, there's two types of choices that I want to touch on here. There's the one that most people hang out with and understand the most, which is your external choices. And these are the ones that we do in the tangible world. These are the, with choice, we get up and go for a run, so we're putting the choices on what clothes we're wearing to go for a run, or we're choosing what we're eating, or we're choosing what car we drive, or which road we take into work if we're going to work, or are we just walking out to the computer nowadays because a lot of people are working at home. Are you choosing to talk with the kids, not talk with the kids, do a meditation, whatever. You're making all these choices all the time. These are external results that you're doing. Now that's great, and we need to take these actions. So it's the choice of action. But the biggest one that we look at that gets the biggest results is the internal choices that we're making. When somebody says something to you, you have a choice internally. You can either choose to disagree or agree. You can choose to either react or respond. You can choose to be in an attitude of gratitude, or you can be a cranky bum. It's up to you. It's always a choice. And when we look at our internal choices, we start to recognize the results that we're getting, because you can have two people doing exactly the same thing. I was looking at reading a book there last night, and they're talking about two people that had identical shops within three blocks of each other. One guy was going off the chart, just massive sales. The other guy was selling nothing. He's struggling getting by. And they says, well, what's the difference? They're doing exactly the same things, doing the same sales, same everything, but one's making money, one's not. And it came down to the choice of what they were believing inside of their head. One guy was coming from an internal choice of belief, of gratitude, and he was being in a certain way. And the other guy was living in scarcity, believed that he wasn't getting things, and he was making these choices from fear. And he was making choices out of scarcity lack mindset, where the one that was having the great results was doing it from a choice of abundance and loving kindness. Now, where do you go with your choices? If you look at your business or what you're doing in your career, are you choosing to be in joy? If you're working along with colleagues, are you choosing to be in joy with them? Or are you in competition with them? Are you choosing to be in competition with them? Are you judging? Are you choosing to judge? And when we start looking at our internal game, and then we begin to recognize how often some of the choices we're making that may not be helping us. So a way to help you with that, if you're finding that you're not getting the results you want and you're looking at the reflections, just make the choice to slow down. Make the choice to actually, whoa, what's going on here? Hold on, what am I actually choosing? And a lot of them will be unconscious, but as you start slowing down, you become very aware of what you're doing. And then you start looking at, well, what choice am I making? And when you slow down and look at that choice that you're making, is it the one that's going to get you the best result? Is it the one that's going to actually help you achieve the goals that you want to get? Because remember, everything starts internally. The external results are from our internal choices. So if you're struggling to get over something or to do something, the first part of it is the choice. You're choosing to believe that you can't do it, or you're choosing to believe that this is going to be hard. That's just a choice. Nothing's ever hard, it just is. It's like when you pick up a set of weights. Go to the gym, you do weights. The weights are always the same weight. Sometimes they're easier than other times. The weights haven't changed. It's just the choices that you're making inside of yourself and on how you feel on what you're doing. And when we stop and we look at, and you actually think about it, and you look at the choices that you're making today, or you look at the results that you've got today, they're from the choices that you've made. Are they beneficial? Are they taking you towards your goal, or are they taking you away from your goal? Are you listening to the unconscious dialogue of things that don't support you and you choosing to follow them? Or are you choosing to forge your own path, to do what what you intuitively get and feel inside of your heart is the right thing? Or do you sheeple? It's a choice. It's a choice on how you respond. And it's interesting to see whether you will change yourself or not. Again, it's a choice. So you've got a choice today. Go out, have an awesome day. And that's a choice. And allow yourself to just slow down a little and become a little bit more aware of what your choices are. Are you taking the actions that you need to, the external actions? Or are you sitting in this attitude of loving kindness and gratitude and you're wondering why things aren't moving, but you're not choosing to act externally because of some fear. And you go, oh, it just brings it up. So, hey, enjoy, and I will choose to finish up now. So take care and have an awesome day, guys. Bye.